Whether you care to admit it or not, everyone loves a good love story, and Korean dramas are known for bringing on the feels every single time. Here's a roundup of the most memorable Korean dramas with intense love stories so touching that melt even the coldest of the hearts. Number 1. Uncontrollably Fond. People change, but can the heart adapt? Shin Joon-young and No Eul were in love in their younger days, but uncontrollable circumstances separated them and they went their separate ways. Joon-young is now a superstar actor and singer, while No Eul became a producer-director of documentaries. When their paths cross again years later, Joon-young discovers that No Eul is now a very different person than he remembered, materialistic and willing to do anything to get ahead. Is there any hope for Joon-young and No Eul to rekindle their past relationship? Number 2. Something About 1%. Lee Jae-in possesses a good appearance. He's smart and comes from a wealthy family, but he's also arrogant. His grandfather orders him to enter into a 6-month contract engagement with a female school teacher that he has never met in his life. Lee Jae-in slowly falls in love with her. Number 3. Something in the Rain. Yoo Jin-ah is a single woman in her 30s who works as a supervisor at a coffee company. She's an easygoing person, but she feels empty inside. Seo Joon-hee is the younger brother of her best friend Seo Kyung-san. He comes back to Korea after finishing work abroad. Yoon Jin-ah, though he was just a childish guy then, appears different to her now. Number 4. You Who Came From the Stars. Do Min-joon is an alien who landed on Earth 400 years ago during the Joseon Dynasty period. He possesses a near-perfect appearance and enhanced physical abilities involving his vision, hearing, and speed. Later, he discovers that he has 3 months left on Earth, and that is when he meets Chon Song-yi, the biggest Hallyu star in Korea. Number 5. Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Ryeo. Go Ha-jin is a young woman of the 21st century who, following her breakup with a boyfriend, finds herself by the sea. In trying to save a child from drowning, an eclipse appears and it is transported to the Goryeo era, during the reign of Taejo, the first king of that era. She will then have to live under the identity of Hae-soo, cousin of the wife of Wang Wook, the 8th prince, and thus will be involved in the conflicts between the Wang prince. Number 6. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? When a highly skilled secretary quits her job after almost 10 years, what would the boss think? Lee Young-joon's first assumption is that his secretary Kim Mi-so was in love with him. However, reality is that Young-joon's narcissism made life difficult for people around him, especially his secretary. While waiting for her resignation notice to end, will Mi-so change her decision and decide to stay with Young-joon as they slowly fall in love with each other? Number 7. Coffee Prince. This is a story about a popular coffee shop where male workers are only permitted. Problems ensue as a girl decides to work at Coffee Prince while dressed up as a male. What will happen to Coffee Prince? The story of youth and love will make the viewer's heart flutter. Later. And Duty. Number 10. The Smile Has Left Your Eyes. Drama centered around the unfolding relationship between free and unpredictable, yet dangerous Kim Woo-young, who is called a monster. He is the first assistant in a Korea beer brewing company who becomes a suspect when a woman's suicide turns out to be a murder. His life begins to change when he meets a kind, warm advertising designer named Yoo Jin-kang. She bears as many emotional scars as him. Yoo Jin-kang also has a brother, a homicide detective named Yoo Jin-gook. He strives to reveal who Moo-young really is and attempts to keep his sister Jin-kang away from Moo-young, with whom she begins to know. Number 11. Goblin. Kim Shin was once an unbeatable general in Goryeo's military who died a tragic death. He now possesses immortality. For 900 years, Kim Shin has searched for his bride, a mortal who can pull out the sword and end his life. One day, he encounters Ji Yoon-tak, a positive, upbeat high school student who can see the dead and has gone through tragic events, yet still stays strong. She claims to be the Goblin's bride who can end his immortal life, but what happens to be an easy task only gets complicated as the two fall in love. Number 12. Angel's last mission, love. Lee Eun-seo is a supremely talented and successful ballerina with her family's Fantasia Ballet Company, but suffers a devastating accident that leaves her blind. She is bitter and abusive towards the staff, including her loyal secretary and butler, her conniving family, and everyone else. Dan is an optimistic, carefree angel who is always getting into trouble. In order to return to heaven, he is given the seemingly impossible mission of finding true love for Eun-seo, but ends up falling for her himself. Number 13. Good Doctor. A man named Bak Shi-on is a doctor with autistic savant disorder who has the mentality of a 10-year-old. He overcomes bias and discrimination by society and workmates and becomes a pediatrician by utilizing his exceptional abilities that the illness brings. Number 14. Stairway to Unlike Him. Number 15. Autumn in My Heart. Yoon Jun-seo and Yeon Yoon-seo grew up as siblings, but Eun-soo was in fact from a very different family as there was a mix-up at the hospital where she was born. The switch came to light when Eun-soo was involved in a car accident and it was discovered that her blood type was different from her parents. Eun-soo's life took a complete turn when the two girls were returned to their respective families. Soon after, the Yoon family left for the States and Eun-soo was left living in sordid conditions with a real family in Korea. Years after, Jun-soo returned to Korea and by chance the two former siblings were reunited. So, which Korean drama love story did you find as intense? Please let us know in the comments below. And thanks for watching the video. And if you did like it, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Ta-da!